Today marks the start, it was not exactly today, a few days ago, the start of the $81 million Sydney Everest Carnival, with racing returning to Royal Randwick, and we'll cross to their track manager shortly. It's sparkling out there, Jules.
It certainly is. Let's bring in Nick Berney from the Sky Racing studio now. Good morning to you, Nick. Cracking day.
Julie, yes, it is a cracking day here in Sydney, but most importantly, a great day to have a couple of bets. So on the program, we're going to learn more about this Everest. We've got the return of Private Harry, Briasa, Jolie Star, and I can't wait to see Fangirl come back up to Sydney here, back to the Randwick Mile, which she loves so much in the 7 stakes, and she's been very well back this morning, now into odds on Fangirl.
Well, they're all over Private Harry like a cheap suit today. He is the most backed from what I'm hearing. But what about your best bet?
I got a couple today, Tim. I couldn't split these two, but I'll kick off with Disneck in race 3. So this is a horse that has had no luck its past 2. So first up, it just got way too far back, and this was its second up now. It's the horse about 5th on the fence there with the black and white silks there with the white striped hat, and it has just had no luck here. In my opinion, it should have won this day, but the big fact for me is third up last preparation, it won, and that was over Randwick 1,200 metres. It's the exact same track and distance it faces today. And the extra addition, we get James McDonald on for the first time. So a couple of ticks there. I just think, yes, again, it's going to need a little bit of luck. It is a horse that can get back, but I think if it weaves its passage through in this exact same grade with its track and distance record, I think it can run those big closing splits and run through them and be too good. And I think around that $3.10, $3.20 quote is a fair enough price to find out.
As you said, you can't split them today, so who's your equal best?
Photo finish.
Yeah, it is a photo finish. Idle Flyer. She won 24 days ago, and I did my post-race analysis, and I've been counting down the days for her to get back to the track. So I'm pretty keen on her today. They went up a good price. I still think she's a backable price today. So she's the horse, white hat, back to the inside. So this was only Wednesday grade. It was on a heavy surface, but just have a look at the way she accelerates. As soon as Zach Lloyd asks her here with the left hand, she just immediately goes bang. She puts them away in a couple of strides. That was over 1,250 metres. She now goes to the 1,400 metres and onto a bigger track, being Randwick itself. I think she's just come back an improved 4-year-old mare now. She's very, very likeable. I think she can keep working through the grades. I think we can see the best of her this campaign. If she just gets to the outside of these, I think she can be way too strong for them late. She can reel off, like Disneck, a massive final 200-metre sectional.
You got a bit of value for us today?
Yeah, the last couple, we've had some scratchings this morning, but that's okay. I think there's enough value here in Yellow Brick. So he's around that $5, $6 quote. And this is a horse coming through, it actually ran second in a Stradbroke handicap, second up last campaign. So I wanted to really take that pattern into consideration. And this was first up, but the thing about this race is it was on a heavy 10 surface. He's much more suited to back to the drier track today. This was over 1,200 as well. And what you see to the eye is actually a lot better when you really break down the clock. But the thing about this race is the horse that wins here is Lazura. She subsequently won a Group 2 race. The horse that ran second is placed in a group race. The other horse that placed is placed in now in a group race. So the form around is just dynamite. So all she has to do is reproduce an effort like that or improve off it when you line up her rivals today. And I think she can take a lot of beating here around that $5 quote. From a nice draw, she can camp up behind the leaders and be very strong.
All right, let's have a look at your out wide. It comes in Newcastle today.
Yeah, I've gone with Ruination. So this is the last race. So hopefully we can go right on with it. We don't have to blast out. He is short odds here. So I think he can be your anchor horse in the multis because I think he's really hard to beat today. So he's the horse outside the leader this day. This was on debut. So for a horse on debut to sit outside the leader in a race that was run at a very fast pace and still accelerate off that speed is a trait that I always want to take into consideration, that they can really bounce off an effort like this. Even when he hits the front from a long way from home, he's still doing it on raw ability. So he's another horse that steps up in trip today. But I think he can only learn from this experience. He doesn't have to go much up in grade here. I think he can really be hard to beat today. So all your multis, I think you can put Ruination in there in the last, and hopefully we can go right on with it late in the day, Tim and Julie.
Everyone's got their Samsung phones ready to take a photo of your graphic. Show us that graphic.
Yeah, so the best bet, I will go with Disneck in race 3, number 2. Going to go the equal best bet because I couldn't split them. Idle Flyer, race 4, number 12. The value is Yellow Brick. That comes up later on in the day. Race 7, number 2. And then we're going to come home at Newcastle, race 8, number 9. It's about 5 p.m. today.
All right, and before we let you go, Nick, let's just have a really quick overview of today's conditions at Royal Randwick.
Yeah, so obviously at Randwick, so the thing about the rail here is it does go out to the 7 metres from the 1,600 metres to the winning post. So that's all the way on the other side of the track where the back chute there is the 1,600 metre start, and then 4 metres the remainder for the rest of the track. So what that means is on a good force surface that those horses up on top of the speed can be advantageous. So just take that into consideration. If you see those maybe races 1 and 2, those on-speed runners probably performing better than you may expect, just take that in the back of your mind that it might be hard to make ground. But the horses will be on today, should get their chance. They can be close enough on the speed map, the ones that I've produced. So I think they can be close enough and be too strong for some of these runners late.
Yeah, and the phone's clicking everywhere. The iPhones, Pixels, Nokias, Ericssons, all taking shots.
And the old pen and paper, if you're old school.
The old pen and paper. That's the old people writing in shorthand. I hope that you continue your good form today, Nick. Great to chat.
Me too, Tim. I hope we're back a stack of winners. I hope everyone has a great day as well.